Alrighty, let us begin. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your host, USA Bruce, and for today we're going to have a match on Bitter Winter Redux. We'll be having Rick or Rikkerz as our line USA and Icesinithol? Yeah, Icesinithol as our blue Russia. Good luck, have fun, starting the game with good regards. +1 for manners. Now, the Redux version of this map is pretty interesting. It has, get D to make this map with some welfare. Okay, we have a 3-dozer start from Russia. That's pretty crazy, but for this map, I would probably see it suitable, because this map is all about getting these 2 top supplies. It's really easy to defend them thanks to this water here, this church defending this area, which is newly added, actually from the middle, and this choke point still being there. Now we see Rick with 2 scouts. In 1.87, the current 1.8 testing build, all factions start with 1 default scout. But for now, Rick has a second one. He's going for a War Factory build, opening his second supply center and throwing out a bunch of rangers in the middle. And for this map, I should mention that the Redux version has these buildings damaged, and they added a oil well in the middle. Alongside that, there is a church here, and what else got changed? I think observation towers. Yeah, each plague is an observation tower and a machine gun tower, which is basically a guard tower on their map, on their bases. Yeah. So we have a late War Factory coming in from Icesinithol. Very early radar. Honestly, most players don't even bother with radar unless they're going for, the tearing up. So these garrisons are pretty low, and conscripts are just going forward and checking things out. Okay, we have a 3rd supply center starting out, and I got a text. Let me handle this. Write that. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, so we see the drone, I think, getting destroyed. Yes, I think the drone got destroyed. The second drone is here with a Tovi, and the Tovi is... Oh, that's normal Humvee. The normal Humvee is pushed back by the Kashtan that just got built up. Russian defenses are not really that great, but anything of light can get crushed by a Humvee. And anything light can get crushed by a Kashtan. My bad. But a second Kashtan coming up. It seems Icesinithol is forgetting that he's playing Russia with good tanks rather than, I don't know, ECA. And he's getting really taunted by that drone's targeting laser. In the meantime, this conscript is attacking this civilian building, which for some reason is not firing back. I think there's a ranger inside there, but it doesn't seem to be working. We have 1, 2, 3 Tovies with targeteer drones going in, hoping to harass this supply. But so far they only killed 1 conscript, and the other one he's left alone. Second ranger goes in and fills his garrison, and he can return fire on that conscript and takes him out. In the meantime, these Tovies flank these supplies, and they're going after them, but this Kashan returns fire. One supply truck goes down, and the 2 Tunguskas come to respawn. One of the Humvees will die, however, which will pretty much make this a bad engagement for Rick, I think, because those supply trucks cost like 1,000 or something, right? Well, these Tovies with the target cost around 1,150 at the $300 tow. Oh, we have a Crusader tank. Now we have some heavy armor, something that can ignore those petty little bullets from the Tunguskas or the Kashtans and just go and destroy that little defense. On the top side, we see another Crusader. Oh boy, Rick is bringing in the pain. On the other side, we have a 4th supply from Rick, taking this part. Like I said, the top area is what makes this map important. What Icesinithol doesn't really, remember, it has to be that there's 1 scout in his base showing him everything, and that these 4 Kashtans won't help him against that Crusader. I mean, with enough anti-air, like enough Tunguskas, that might help, but, not effectively. And these Tovies come and they fire out 1 round, 2 rounds, and that Tunguska seems to be going down, blowing up to those little pixely bits. The Humvees go in and they get taunted by Observation Man, wasting a shot on it and getting shredded by Tunguskas, as the second Humvee as well is getting engaged and gets destroyed with the second Tunguska going down as well. And Kodiak is here to zone out the Kodiak, but the Tunguskas get harassed by that Raptor. Still not taken out, but pretty low nonetheless. We see a bunch of anti-tank infantry here with a mixture of RPGs and shock troopers going to the top, with a second Kodiak coming out. 2 War Factory built for so far, Tier 1 available, and going directly to Tier 2 without any helicopters. Okay, so for Bruce, tips, I do not suggest anybody to ignore their aircraft and Riser Reds. In Shockwave, sure, but not Riser Reds. So this garrison is taken by some missile defenders that are just taking over, and this Humvee is getting shredded by that anti-tank squad. I saw a Raptor fly by, but I think he was trying to kill the dozer that just died, and the Raptor does go down to those 2 Tunguskas. In the meantime, we see this Crusader and 2 Tovies just looking around, and so far Icesinithol has not rebuilt his second collector on this supply, or even built this supply yet. Will this Crusader survive? Only with a smidge of health, and with that battle drone and Veteran C, he'll get back to full health in no time. Meanwhile, on the top, Rikkerz is hiding some power plants there and spamming out some vanguards. Try to take out these infantry nonetheless. Let's check for the airfield. There is only 1 Raptor for Rick, and holy crap, how many power plants is that? Really? 4? Like 1, 2, that's... How much power does he have right now? He has 41 and he's 26. Yeah, I knew it. He's he doesn't need that much power. Meanwhile, Icesinithol is also... Oh, 25... Okay. So, one other tip I'm going to give you players, new or old. Basically, if you see any wounded infantry or tanks, it's best you click on the War Factory and send them to get repairs. It's never a good idea to engage unless there's anything with the maximum amount of health you need or have. Oh, he has 2 Grumbles out. This is some mean production he's got. I wonder if he's going to get secondary economy, because this map is resource hungry. Like early on, if you expand to the top, that's the only thing that'll be able to, let you win the game. Otherwise, it's secondary economy. There's like this Cyclops here, and this captured machine gun. Yeah, it's captured. Huh. Maybe we can have some new team codes out. Maybe that flag could help. Oh, and we see the game's first Nighthawk flying in. I think it's going to clear the observation tower, but we'll see what it goes with. Yeah, the observation tower gets cleared and goes down to critical health. Oh wait, it destroyed the observation tower. It did not clear it, so that construct is still there. Perfectly fine after that huge bunker missile just came in and destroyed that thing. Alright, so we see Icesinithol amassing a small force in the middle, still taking that weak Tunguska with him, even though he's veteran. Maybe he can get elite rank 2 and that'll help him out, but he's sending the anti-air in the front, and I don't see enough of it so far. All I see is these 2 Raptors going in and getting engaged by the Grumble, but I don't think any of them is going to die because there's only 1 Grumble right now, and that's a shame. With this 1 health supply also surviving, that's also a second shame. Do I see any dead aircraft? I don't see 1 Raptor going down. I think, was that 2? That might have been 2. And these Tunguskas are starting to harass the Ospreys, but the machine gun nest returns fire, attacking the high healthed one, luckily, because the low health will go down. And then Osprey goes down. The second one will be harassed, but the tanks come in to engage, and the Tovies are there to hit and run and punish these tanks, and the aircraft come in and just finish off whatever they can find. 2 or 3 Kodiaks go down, the Tunguskas eat the dust. Yeah, 2 Kodiaks. And he needs to fall back at this point. We even have a Javelin team, dedicated our anti-tank units coming in. Are we going to see this to Osprey go down? No, but we are going to see this Humvee get crushed. And another Hover Crusader gets spawned. Oh, he's upgraded to Hover upgrade. So he's going to go for a Death Ball idea, I think. If he sends in this Burn team on the front without... Never mind. He needs some anti-air. He needs to bring his Grumbles closer. 1 Grumble is not enough to kill any... Oh no, the Raptors finish off the anti-air. Oh wait, just 1 of them. He needs to fully retreat, but I don't think he can run away from something like this. And Tunguska tries to cover for his buddy and dies valiantly. Fights heroically and dies valiantly. Allowing the Kodiak to go back, maybe put these infantry inside this building and give him some cover. And we see the Nighthawk flying again, this time a veteran. Oh wait, he's not even going anywhere specific. Any upgrades? We have laser guided missiles and advanced training. Supply lines have not been upgraded, but he has both tier 1 tech buildings and a tier 2 building, which is quite interesting. No chemical suits either. Generally, chemical suits is a upgrade that you should get most of the time because it makes your Jalen team so much more survivable. And the supply center does go down with the supply truck going back to the main supply chain. And I see something like a carpet bomb? I must have missed that, but those two Raptors did kill that Grumble, but the Raptor did go down as well, which is a shame. So far, aside from Grumbles, I don't see any tier 2 units out for Icesinithol, and the Nighthawk finished off that Grumble, leaving the base exposed to any real jets or maybe some sneaky helicopter harassment. And also, the supply center was the supply center has trucks killed for whatever's inside this barracks for sure, and the scout is still giving him free intel. And that's probably the reason. That's wait, is that Burton? Yeah, Colonel Burton is the lead. I'm gonna guess that he killed the supply center. Is there any upgrade for the conscripts for goggles? No, there isn't. Is there any money? There's barely any money for Icesinithol right now, but he does have one. Yeah, only one arms supply inside and no dosers left, which is a shame. The top supplies for Rick is almost about to be depleted. This supply has been depleted. The main supply is still ongoing, and the middle supply, of course, is one of the biggest ones, so it's still being fought over. However, this machine gun nest has not been... Oh, wait. He somehow detected it. He got the goggles right on time. Oh, wait, he detected the goggles. Well, the death blob goes in with the machine gun tower not garrisoned. It's not doing anything, and these light but hard-hitting units go in and try to finish off the Tunguska with the hard and heavy-hitting Crusaders. The Avenger takes some damage, but due to emergency A being a freebie, no damage is really done. And these Raptors finish off the Cold War era Kodiaks and run back to base. Well, not Raptors, but Widowmakers. And we see 3 Nighthawks. Wow, 1, 2, 3. That's a lot. That should be able to kill a war factory, and that's exactly what they do. They just take out that war factory without any problems whatsoever. And by default, it should be like 3, but with veterans you can get 2 for a war factory. I'm going to see a pilot swing back to base, and this A-10 moving in and pretty much killing nothing. That's a shame. You always target a barracks. Killing a barracks may not seem like a big deal, but it's better than nothing. And we now see a satellite scan by Rick, scanning that area, hoping to see something he could snipe, most likely. And we see the Widowmakers fly off again, so he must have had some target. And I think the Kodiak and the Tunguska goes down, but the second Widowmaker couldn't lock on properly and couldn't finish out Tunguska, which has 1 health, and with the help of the Grumble, was able to destroy it. And now we see the Grumble fire, and now with countermeasures upgrade, I think he has countermeasures, right? Yeah, he has countermeasures. So with the countermeasures, I think they do get extra armor against anti-air weapons, like 10% or 13, like some number. I don't know the exact number. And we see the top supply Ospreys go back and get rerouted to one in the base. They rerouted to his secondary supply, his natural expansion, and being used for long-range collection. Right now, Icesinithol barely has any resources to even fight right now. And he also has a shit ton of power, 17 for 31 people. What is with you on power plants today? 111 to 83. What is Rick doing with 83 power? 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, Cyclops, of course. Each Cyclops costs 6 power. That's more than a cold fusion reactor gives by itself. And now we see the final push coming in, an ambulance mixed in with Avengers, Crusaders, and Tovies, with some oh, those are Rangers, yeah, Rangers and Jalentines following in the back. He's probably gonna wait for the final engagement, but with no war factories left and barely any production, and no collection either, it's gonna be really hard for Icesinithol to pull and recover from this, which I don't really think he will recover. I'm not sure how much general's powers he has right now. Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, he calls me GG. And that is all for this game, ladies and gentlemen. Rick calls GG. And I'm going to be locked into this game's ending screen. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so let's look at the resources gained. Yeah, almost 3 times as much as Icesinithol. Given how much resources he had compared to what he faced, I'd say he gave a pretty decent fight, but there's always room for improvement. So I hope he watches this along with all of my other viewers and helps improve themselves in the game. Alright, let me cut this out.